This is the Phantom. This is the first Discovery Channel bike I built. I call it a Discovery Channel bike because in the early 2000s, the Discovery Channel commenced producing a show called The Great Biker Build-Off. And we were, I think the second episode they filmed was me building this bike to go all the way to the East Coast to compete against famed Indian Larry. This was the epitome of the double trouble look at the time that we were doing. It was a completely handmade chassis. The backbone of the frame is an oil tank. The oil tank area is now grafted into the frame, reshaped, and just holds a laid down battery. There's a 121-inch TP motor. Because it was our first TV show and we didn't really realize that everything was post-production and everything would happen later, we thought that Larry would steal all the attention and stand up on the seat and ride his motorcycle down the road. So what I did is I incorporated a flamethrower into this pipe. We put nitrous injectors into the pipe, created a separate valve that goes into a separate solenoid that would pressure feed the nitrous injectors with gas from the fuel tank and fog it into the pipe at the same time while a separate coil is firing spark plugs in the end of the pipe, and which makes basically 40-foot flames shoot out of it. That, to me, that was the answer of how I was going to barbecue Larry. When I pulled this bike up to Larry's shop, Gasoline Alley, the first thing I did is he had this like brick alley that went into his shop, is I filled that brick alley with flames and told him, I said, you get up on your seat while we're riding, I'm going to burn you right off of it. And he didn't know that I couldn't shoot flames when we were going down the road, but it kept him in his seat for the entire ride. So the cool part is that Larry and I actually ended up on tour together and we became friends. We often traveled the country together doing appearances. Larry was a unique character in our industry, and his untimely passing shocked us all. He's definitely missed. This is the Phantom, one of the most iconic and most radical bikes we've ever done, and certainly one of the most famous.